here.
Here we go, EK Power. Sorry about that quick intro. I mostly open up some of these streams with I have a Judge Dredd, aka Pad, badge. It's a replica badge, and well, apparently it's buried somewhere on my drawing desk. But hey, it's during the day. You guys know what that means. It means I'm working, but I'm sneaking in the live stream, and I'm also going to be on Levi's draw stream on the Madness Comic Book Network at 5. I'm only hoping to do this for maybe 30 minutes to 45. I know I always say that. But hey, at least we have our mascots. We got Pike from the Wildstorm universe, and we got Crypt from the Extreme universe. Created by Stephen Platt. Created by Jim Lee and Brandon Chow. So guys, I hope you like Mad Balls. I hope you're into some of that gross out toy line. I've somewhat got fascinated with this line as I've been working on this. I had no idea it got continued to the extent from Kid Robot. I knew of like the horror ones, which I thought were super creative and fun. Mad Balls, it's such a cool idea because you can wrap any idea around this. I got a little curious over the Garbage Pail Kids Mad Balls like crossover IDW comic book. Maybe that'll come later on the channel, but for now we're drawing Mad Balls on cardboard piece of circles, and I've been slow. I've been so slow on drawing on finishing these. Now I know some of their names. This guy's name is Slobulus, so I'm going to continue work on Slobulus. We have a comment that quick. TF, what is happening? Yo is right. TF must be from Philadelphia, PA, because that's how we greet one another. Cheers to you. TF, rocking and rolling. Thanks for coming by. But yeah, let's just get into some of these. I would love to finish Slobulus, period. So I think I'm going to just get quiet for a little bit. Do some rendering, try and figure some things out. Now, from your perspective, you might say, well, Pete, this whole piece looks almost complete. And it's like, no. Like when you're blending as much as I am, you can, I mean, look, I get it. The medium you want, the medium you want for infinite blending is oil. Like an oil painting, period. Number 2 would be oil pastels, right? And the list goes on. You can blend less with acrylic, but if you layer things a certain way, you can endlessly blend and add to the highlights and add to those darker shadows. You can continuously try and make it more uniform. There's a lot of things that happen in that blending process. That's almost where we are now. We're also amongst a very messy drawing table, so bear with me if you hear things clanging and clicking. I know that can get annoying, but I do my best to present in a clear, concise way to answer any questions as they come in or continue conversations like we have here. Oh, Phillies your association. Arizona. TF, I was just in Arizona, dude. I was in Arizona in early December. Dude, 6th Avenue is so much fun. It's so freaking lit. And I love all the there's so much food trucks. The food trucks are so readily available around. Arizona is great. Very walkable. I had a great time there, dude. Anime Librarian, can you help me out real quick, buddy? Because I was stalking you. I was on your page. Are you gonna get back to doing videos? Like what happened? It seems like you were doing some good stuff for a little bit. Let me know. I'm curious. You're in the judgment-free zone here. But you were rocking and rolling, dude. You were doing the videos. what was happening with those vids, dude. I thought, and I guess, like, did you transition a little bit more into like a gaming channel, or I'm kind of forget. Like, I researched so many, so many people, or like not research. Like, I click and I try and spend time with a lot of the channels I know that come through here, because I want to support all you guys, and I try and find ways. But I'm pretty sure I subscribe too. Yeah, I went to school and stuff. Anyway, are you trying to pick it back up, or like what do you need? I guess because it seems like you have insight, dude. Like you actually were saying some decent stuff, and I don't say that lightly. I'm always, I give commentators and like historians the side eye, like all the time. But you seem like you actually absorb and enjoy the material, which I would say makes you an outlier. You didn't come off as fake. Hopefully, I'm not babbling too much. Yeah, real life happens. It does. It does. Just experimenting. Okay. Well, if you were ever looking for encouragement to pick it back up, you have it here. Feel free to DM me any production questions, like any production, any technology questions. I leave an open door for that stuff. And by that I mean, if you had the idea of using like an AI voiceover, or wanted to kind of make videos that didn't take as long, and stuff like that. A lot of what you see from me is, I optimize, period, so I can just do a lot of stuff. So I spend a lot of time thinking about, what some of the best approaches would be for regular audio and all that stuff. So my door's open if you ever want to talk about it. But don't be offended if I don't fire back a response right away, right away, because I do get a lot of DMs. Like today with the Neil Gaiman news. I don't know why. Like I respect that people reach out to me with like news like that or drops like that in DM versus like a public tag, because sometimes like you don't even want to be associated with some of these stories. Like I get it, like it's a story, but at the same time, you gotta be careful. Like an at tag for the wrong thing can spell doom for you, and that is unfortunately the reality of the world we live in. Yeah, I try not to babble. I think I'm babbling. Uh, yes, you will come back. Yeah, here we go. So I'm trying to get these in order. Yeah, behind the scenes. Yeah, dude, it's a process. So I embrace it. Because even with a lot of my stuff, a lot of it has been stop and go. But and some of the reasons for that is because life happened. But I always I got to the point where I always embraced it. Like it's okay to have a setback or have life happen, because you can actually recalibrate. You can look at that work a different way. And a lot of people think it's like, oh, like things have to get done quickly and within a certain time frame, and these things. It's like, you know what? No. Like we're not like a lot of us, we're working for ourselves, and even if we're getting paid with the amount, we might as well be working for ourselves, right? So I don't know. Like I just think it's a scale, but I think you should always approach things to be as professional as possible, even if it's to yourself. So we're just trying to get some of his teeth going here. Oh, well, thank you, Anime. Well, hey, Anime, I will give you that. No, I think, dude, you guys are great, and I am always, always grateful when anyone comes to hang out with me. Yeah, there you go. LOL. I had a network outage here, and the wild thing is, my network outages now are so frequent, and I'm literally down the street from Comcast corporate. I am a 20-minute walk from their corporate empire, and I have friends that work there, like on the corporate level, on the development level, and I get outages. And the wild thing is, I have so many. Like, I kind of run a wireless household. Like, there's no cable here. Uh, the only the only piece of equipment at this point that's wired, like at all, is my docking station for StreamYard for this. Everything else that I live around is wireless, purposely so. And whenever Comcast like drops signal, a lot of my addresses, like a lot of my equipment just goes crazy looking for addresses, even though they should, pull from a publicly provided address, which can still be secure, by the way. But I don't know. So I got devices now. Two of them I use to regularly stream that are offline, and I just don't have time to troubleshoot like at all, and it's so frustrating. Life's hard sometimes. This green is so perfect for Slobulus. Yeah, so we're going to add like highlights on the teeth, little highlight shots for the slobber. But we're just like making our way through this from left to right. I'm just trying to get a little bit more of the roundness. I think some of the highlights for here failed. CB. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, anime librarian, modern day routers, and let's just say like output, your MPBS, everything should run wireless perfectly. Like that's how advanced wireless technology is now. I constantly had problems doing StreamYard wirelessly. So if you go through my live feed on YouTube, you will see there were times where I was choppy, like all of this stuff. I couldn't share screens. I couldn't share cameras. I couldn't split my cameras. Like one camera would be in focus, the other camera wouldn't. And I really had years of back and forth. And I did go back and forth with Comcast and StreamYard at length until I kind of followed the advice from a fellow IT guy, Fatal J. And I just remember Fatal J saying, it was either in DM or on one of my streams, but he said, like, you have to kind of have a Cat 6 cable. And that kind of came back to me. And that's when I realized that StreamYard needs a physical connection to really live. StreamYard as a software isn't built for wireless, which is really, really odd to me. And I'm not savvy enough, or I haven't looked into it enough to know if StreamYard labels that on their documentation. If that's somehow listed in their white paper. So yeah, went through some pain and had to settle to have one piece of all my equipment wired. My Xbox wasn't even wired. And that's when I would just play Halo, like a lot, like I'm still playing Halo 5, gang. But yeah, even my Xbox wasn't wired. But even things like that's where the Starlink stuff comes like in the play, because so much of what we get signal wise is via satellite that we have direct access to via towers. So there's less distribution and there's more redundancy in that. But you can have real good redundancy at home for Wi-Fi. Yeah, yeah, the Slobulus one. Yeah, right, dude. They had the bodies and the heads popped off, and there was a like a vehicle that you could put the heads in that catapulted the heads. I never got the bodies though, because like I think if a mad ball has a body, doesn't it defeat it? It takes away what the mad ball is, right? Like it makes it a little bit less cool. I never understood that, but when I was younger, I know a lot of kids had the figures over the mad balls, like over the physical yeah, the sphere toys, we'll call it. I thought that was wild, dude. But yeah, what a fun thing. But Super 7, I don't know if you guys like how much of the toy stuff you track. Like I'm knowledgeable with toy companies and who's done what and like what the history of a lot of it is. But the history of the modern day iterations of Mad Balls, it's very it's fascinating. I didn't realize there was so much work done on the franchise. Yeah, it looks messy. Mossy green, it's wicked. Yeah. Yeah, that, that's a great way to describe this color. It's a moss, it's a wonderful moss green. Good pickup, TF. Yeah, yeah, dude, the original. So CB, like I went through when I was like growing up. I guess like like a lot of these YouTubers that got popular and so on and so forth. The ones that got popular, like buying old video games and vintage toys, I did that. Like I did that in my early 20s, and I built up such a huge inventory that I had like a giant storage locker in South Jersey. And I like full lines, full duplicates of like G1 Transformers, G.I. Joe, Mad Balls, and all of it. And I would just kind of pay a monthly fee. It was like $150 a month, but it was a giant locker. But it got all the junk out of my parents' house at the time and things like that. And I got into selling on eBay like very aggressively, I would say, for for a good chunk of time. And this is while I was juggling like a bunch of other stuff. And I implore anyone, like, learn to sell on eBay, because you never know when you're going to need extra money and you need to be able to sell something fast. And like you want to have like the payment stuff set up, and like you want to just be able to do it. But when I was like regularly selling, I sold all of my Mad Balls at one time, and even then I thought they went for a lot of money, because the foam, the original series ones all got dried out. So some of the series 2 were more squishy, but series 1 they were getting hard, they were like getting chippy, and it's almost like, wow, like these are like just not sustainable to have like within the collection. And back then, dude, I had like 2 of the footballs too. I had Weird Balls. Like if you remember, Weird Balls were like a spin-off of Mad Balls. And yeah, dude, like I dumped it all. I just said the hell with it. And looking back, I got no regrets from selling those, because I don't think they're sustainable. It's really weird too, because people spend. I was looking through like some of the costs of some of it, dude. The original Mad Balls, like mint on card, they're going for like some of them go for like $1,000, like $1,500, and I don't understand how you can pay that, because the Mad Ball inside the package, it's eventually just going to evaporate and break apart. I need someone to explain that to me. Like I don't understand why you would spend that money. I just don't. Yeah, it's like I was talking about if you look at today's video anime, it's Mobius and Halo. Uh, I always liked when Mobius, like, because Mobius drew realistic, like, yeah, you can say like within his like just like line weights and structure, but then he would have like really cartoony elements in the same panel, very similar to the '90s Tom McFarlane, where he would draw like something realistic and then something cartoony like right next to it, and like, do I think there should? I think digital takes away a level of like spontaneity when it comes to these guys drawing comics. I just think there's like a lack of, and I'm not saying everyone, because there are guys out there that are digital. I think like Ben Mora comes to mind. That they have a knack. They have a knack for their aesthetic and their line weights of really kind of becoming something else. And I think a knack is a really good term. But anyone that's like even like a Ben Mora, dude, like I'm more interested in what he can do outside of digital. I'm like, oh, dude, like like I want to see him, and I'm not sure. Like, I don't follow him enough to know if he posts like sketchbook stuff or if he posts things that are like more practical. But I would be all in on seeing what he can do, and any other digital, like known digital artists. Like I always want to see what they can do off the screen. Like what can they do with a blank piece of paper? And I don't know if that's more of a conversation, like more of a dialogue that's out there that I'm just not aware of. I feel like it should be, though. I really do. On a Monday. No, I don't know. Like, look, guys. Uh, someone in on one of my YouTube comments, and the guy went off because he thinks I deleted his comments, but he actually got flagged by YouTube. So this dude's comments went from like public to private. But I think some of them are still there. But anyway, uh, I had someone kind of say you should write a script because you ramble. Like, like you kind of go on and on sometimes. And it was for like a Jim Lee Wildstorm Wednesday video. And like, given, like, I'll give him that perception. But at the same time, uh, like I have so much in my head. I have so much in my gray matter. Like right here. Like this guy. See, this guy has like a broken skull, and this is all supposed to be brains, right? Like I got so much in my gray matter that it's almost impossible for me to write scripts. And I don't want to write scripts because I want to be authentic. Like when I speak of something that, like, I want you guys to know it's coming from like a real place. It's not coming from a Wikipedia article, or it's not coming from research. Like, it's coming from, a lot of it is my life experiences, and I lived through this stuff, and and in a way want to affect change, which is why I put myself out there, which is also why there's unconventional opinions on my channel, to the point where I don't know, I feel like I could not like have beef, but I feel like I could have discussion points with anyone, like positive, sometimes negative. But you kind of want that. Like if you're in school and you have a professor that can uh staying in front of the auditorium and give you a lecture on the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, like off the tip of his brain, you're going to trust that professor so much more than someone that heavily researches everything that you're told. And I don't know. I think it's a mental model. I wish more YouTubers and more people that were live did that. That really had that standard, because I feel like the commentary community of comics needs it. I think they need it bad. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just crazy. Oh, never liked this. Yeah, never liked the. Yeah, right. Dude, if I bring you a video, especially on the topic I'm like deeply invested in, like a Wildstorm Wednesday video, and I ramble, it's because it's almost like too complicated to present. But I have to present it because like we're kind of going in somewhat of a sequential order for things like Wildstorm Wednesday, right? Like I just think, right, like it's you have to commit to the bit. Also, too, like Wildstorm Wednesday, yeah, it gets some traction, but it's not like it's a like it ever popped. Neither did Top Cow Tuesday, but I feel like I have to like complete those things. What is up, dude? You getting ready for Wednesday? Getting ready for Wednesday? Dude, you guys went on forever the other night, too. Oh, and if you're still listening, dude, I do apologize. I know I skipped out, but I was also kind of like spent, and I had a early morning. And you kind of know, too, like I told you, I had guys in from out of town again. So it was just like a combination of things, but I was happy to see you guys kind of go on for a little bit. Yeah, comic books explained. Yeah, it really, anime. You do say something. Comics explained. That dude's voice is absolutely amazing. But he definitely will pump the stock of books that no one is reading. And that's kind of leading to this potential video of mine of why comic book influencers don't influence the comic book market. Like there is so much to this statement right here. And a lot of people missed the boat on it. Fun time, yeah, but come on. Yes, fun time. Yeah, I get, but like maybe, yeah. I mean, like they were like nice to listen to, but like I guess I didn't realize Rex, did that also like as well. But here's the funny thing, that printing story. So I've been following Shelby so long on social. Like I said, back to like early Facebook days, maybe even back to MySpace. And I always wondered like what he did outside of comics. So your show answered that question for me. I was always curious of like, what else, like what he did to kind of like pay the bills. But that's a little bit of the like online world, like you kind of do follow people, and you like like you're almost like a part of their lives, but they just don't realize it. That's why I like, there's something to keeping things kind of like small, uh like small and tight, I'll say. Like it's almost like you have to gatekeep how many people you interact with, period, because otherwise it's just like I just feel like things aren't as personal, and I kind of like things being personal. I think like if you're able to do that online and you got the balls to put yourself out there, I don't know, like I'd rather have more personal relationships than these like broad account things, because anyone that gets popular, like their views change, their ideas change, and it really becomes watered down. It just gets very, very diluted, I'll say. I will even say the same with Comics Explained. You go back to his early videos and see, like see how much more of an advocate he was for reading comics. Like now, it's like he's most likely downloading comics for free. Like I never trusted that either way. Like, how can you trust someone to grow the comic book market that for their actual videos are downloading free comic books for their videos? Like, you're not even participating in the comic book market. Like I said, there's so much more with some of that stuff that has to be said, and I will, I'll say it. Sorry, we're just trying to get some nice transitional highlights here around the green go, if you guys can see. I know that if we do this with the lights, I think you guys can have a better look. That's the other look. If there's two deadly blades to videos like Comics Explained and personalities like Comics Explained, that's it. Yeah, I'm guilty. I am so guilty of this. I only learned about Comics Explained is back when I was truly 9 to 5 in an office environment. My work dynamic has changed. I still work for the same company, but I would be in the office. This is like all pre-COVID stuff. I would just be in the office like all day, having fun doing stuff, working. And I would listen to Comics Explained videos because he covered all these things I wasn't even tracking. Because I spent like a good chunk of time, like maybe like 5, maybe 6 years out of like the comic sphere, out of reading comics, following comics. I always kept track though, like, but not following as much as I do now. And I would put his videos on and be like, okay, cool. Like, this is what happens in Original Sin. This is what happens in post House of M. And have no desire to go out and read those books. No desire whatsoever. And I don't know. Like, I don't know why people think that's a healthy thing. A lot of the stuff that needs to change in comics, because we can fly out say things need to shift. Like, there needs to be a change. It's really kind of the support of these quote unquote influencers But the people that will defend the channel are the individuals that feed off of it. Because they don't want to be like anyone that supports Comics Explained with the precept that it's damaging. They're going to defend Comics Explained tooth and nail. Like, isn't that wild? There we go. Well, guys, we're getting a little bit of progress here. Oh. Yeah, dude, like I know. Yeah, but it's like I said, like you can follow people and you can know of people. Like even like for Shelby, I could probably do a nice video on him on just kind of the transition of his like style, like the transition and evolution of his style, and kind of really compare that to contemporaries, to kind of like the guys at the time. And Shelby, you have to give him a ton of credit for like he stuck with just drawing, and he got better with his shadowing. He got better with his double lighting. He got better with eyeballing his proportions. His stuff got a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more readable. Like he's had this like evolution, and where he is now, I don't know. Like, I think Shelby's one of those guys that Marvel should just call him. Like, I don't know why. Like, just call him, have him do work. And like I know people have ideas about why that doesn't happen, right? Like we all have ideas why that doesn't happen, and most of them are frustrating. They're just frustrating ideas, frustrating realities. Maybe, I don't know. There we go. I think the blue here is helping to round out this eyeball. I know you saw the retweet, right? Are you coming on the Comics Madness thing at 5? Yeah, I know, dude. Like, again, anime. I love that you're tracking this. It's that's an inconvenient truth. I don't know if like we can even like right. Inconvenient truth. You kind of want to say, and I know. I know this is like a hard sell, right? It's even like a hard idea to crystallize. But I'm going to do my best. If everyone's like whoever, like the guy that created The Punisher or Ghost Rider or Moon Knight, right? So like HBO or Disney Plus, right? They do the Moon Knight show. It's the show everyone's waiting for, right? Like people wanted Moon Knight, and Disney Plus is like, here's Moon Knight. And I get it, like the corporation, because the corporations trade hands. A lot of the royalty contracts don't get carried over. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them matter, some of them don't, right? Some of the characters, it doesn't matter because they could be close to public domain, and you're not going to focus on that just as a part of your business model. The reality would be create like a new Thor, create like a new Hulk, right? Which they've done. But you kind of want to say, let's just say Comics Explained makes a Moon Knight video, and the Moon Knight video goes to the moon, right? Gets like 250,000 hits, 250,000 views, all that fun stuff, right? Shouldn't he kind of send something out to the people involved with those books if it gets that big? And I think that's a little bit of the inconvenient truth as well, is a lot of these people will cry for creator rights and they won't look themselves in the mirror. And you kind of want to say, we have right now Peter David, who I'll have a video on later tonight. Nothing more than a notification of what's happening with Peter David. Okay. That dude is running a GoFundMe. And then, we have myself guilty of it as well, profiting off of his work. The way I profit is attention. I get attention from, talking about some of Peter David's comics. But there's huge channels that are monetized that run their own algorithm as of discovering what content to do, and they're measuring things, and they kind of take it and have a different process than myself. Not saying they're doing that's wrong, but they have a system of identifying what to do, when to do it, and they do it, and then they profit. That's the inconvenient truth. Oh my God, really? I just feel like, but you know what? Like, do you remember Michael Keaton and Mr. Mom? Like, you can say, like, in the 80s, Mr. Mom was like the reverse Night Bitch. There's things in Night Bitch that I saw in my life that that kind of hit home for me, and I do feel like women do go through that, and I feel like if you want to make a movie or a piece, a painting, wherever you want, that introduces people to that lifestyle or that reality, but dude, like I don't know, I view it as postpartum. I would compare that movie to the Babadook, to the how a lot of people spun Babadook in the it's more of a mother's pressure versus it being like a horror movie. Well, thanks, thanks. Yeah, you want to have? Yeah, let's have some pizza. Oh, nice, cool. I don't know what to work on for the Madness draw stream. Like, I'll show you. Like, maybe, like, I have this stuff that I have to kind of finish. So maybe, like, I'll just work on things like top down, like I normally do. I really don't know what to work on, and I'm still upside down and organizing my files. I still have to find my Uzi Susie stuff. Gustev. Oh, you're talking about the new ones? Yeah, I know. See, I know like the Super 7 ones were like resin. I thought that was a good approach because they were like display only. Yeah, I am. I'm doing this as like a warm up for what they have, but that's at 5, right? And we're on the same time zone, or we have an hour difference. Yeah, Mr. Mom is the reverse Night Bitch. So that's what I mean. Like, if we come after Night Bitch for some of those precepts, we would equally have to attack Mr. Mom. TF, man. TF, where you been all my life? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I love the metaphor so much in Night Bitch. I really do. And like it's I understand, and if you're basically you're not in a single mother household, but you feel like you're in a single mother household. Like I don't know. I get that. I just thought it was well done. Uh yeah, I don't know. Anime. Uh I just want I guess like I get so excited. I get so excited to draw. I get so excited to do a podcast episode. Sometimes like no exaggeration, my level of excitement is so much sometimes like I have to walk. Like I can't just like sit down. I could be like I was doing zipper tones for Uzi Susie earlier for issue 3 for those pages I scanned in. And I'm working on Uzi Susie, and I just get so excited. I get up and I just have to keep walking. Like I'm working on the panel and I'm zip toning it, and I have to like walk away. I'm so excited and sit back down for another 5 minutes. And sometimes this is why I like when people call me if it's like work related or this and that, because I get to like focus on the conversation and then like be disconnected while doing like art production. But I truly get excited with all of this stuff. I was so excited when I solved that problem from earlier with the with the Ethernet connection. I was so excited to be able to do like real streams finally. And this is years of suffering because I was committed to Wi-Fi. I just get pumped, dude. I really do. Yeah, yeah. But like the funny thing is with this is I have to redo my nibs right here, and I'm not going to have time to redo my nib like assortment and my like basically my reservoir of them in time for 5 o'clock. So like it's just it's always something like there's just you always run out of time on something. I don't know, Ghostly. I don't know. I mean, I'm always open. Like people do hit me up. Uh, if you're doing a book, let me know. Like if it's something to get published. Uh, but private commissions, like art collection commissions, probably would be a no. But if you're publishing, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Yeah, you're always full of energy. Well, hey, cheers. Hey, guys, always full of energy. No energy drinks in 2025. I'm doing dry January, and I ate so many hot dogs in Mexico. My fiance asked me not to eat any more hot dogs ever again. So I said, fine, no hot dogs in 2025. 3 of my primary sources of energy alcohol, energy drinks, and hot dogs. So anything you guys see from me is it's me, dude. Oh my god. Oh, how can you come I don't understand how like Amy Adams didn't make that movie. Right? Like Amy Adams, she's a hired gun. And that's it. Like you make the movie, you move on. Amy Adams can make a pro red pill movie, right? Like Amy Pick could be a part of the the uh the Peterson biopic, right? She might play his daughter. Who knows? But Amy Adams is the premier actress right now, though. Like, I don't know if there's anyone like more that has more of a broad range than she does, film wise. Oh, nice, Ghost. Can you just hit me up on Twitter or Insta and just let me see that stuff? I'm crazy curious at this point. Yeah, I want to see your stuff, dude. What about cheesesteaks? No, I can do cheesesteaks. Well, here, you guys want to hear what happened this weekend? So I go to my friends, and my whole plan was to go to my friends for the 1 o'clock Bills game, and then go to my mother's for the 4 o'clock Eagles game. And this is all New Jersey stuff, so I'm spending like $100 on Ubers. Like no cap, no exaggeration with that. Which is fine, like like because it's your mother and it's like your best friend, and like we're doing it at his place because I told him about Dry January, and like super grateful because I know he likes going out. But we're doing it at his place, and he bought some nice things for us to eat at this one local place called PJ's that does the wings for the Philadelphia Wing Bowl. If you guys are not familiar with the Wing Bowl. And so I get to his place, and he is like, hey, I know you're doing Dry January, but my wife, she has these alcohol-free seltzers. They're CBT, right? They're CBT seltzers, and she says they're like awesome. I'm like, well, if it's got no alcohol, like Dry January, right? Like no alcohol, Dry January. Let's go. So during the course of the Bills game, I sucked down 3 of them. He had 3 of them in his fridge, and they were grapefruit. And I normally don't go for like grapefruit stuff too much. Like I do like the grapefruit White Claw. Like I'll drink that all day. So he gives he gives me these drinks, and I I'm like he's like, you can drink them all. So I drink them all. And on the way to my mother's, I got hit so hard with that. That's why I didn't stream last night. And one of the few times I had to delete my message on X that said, hey, I'll be streaming, like post games, friends. I'll be streaming. I couldn't stream last night because I was still so messed up from those drinks. And technically it's a Dry January, right? But like, do we extend potentially getting affected by marijuana? But I was like still coherent. Like I could talk, I could walk, but my head was in such a weird fog. And I just came home, and I literally had to like do nothing. I had to do nothing. But that's why I didn't stream last night. But yes, cheesesteaks though. Yes, cheesesteaks are fine. I also make a mean cheesesteak. I can make my own cheesesteaks. And that's because, I spent time in kitchens. I used to work at restaurants, buffets, and pizza shops. And when I was in I think I worked for three different pizza shops. You gotta work the grill. So I got, you know what? 2 pizza shops, 1 bar, and the bar had like cheesesteaks. But yeah, I kind of developed my own technique for cheesesteaks. So here's, you guys want to know like another wild Peter fact? I believe my calling was to work in a kitchen, to be a kitchen guy. I don't believe my calling was IT. I don't even believe my calling was artwork. I believe my calling was to work in the kitchen because I do love it. I love the process. I love the pressure. I love the early mornings and the late nights for kitchen work. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, Yeah, it is. No, it 100% is. And but see, like a lot of the Film Buff podcast really is to like sit down and to like I try and look at movies uh like a way that I know like some of my spheres not, because like that's kind of the one real problem with like social media where like I'm constantly being fed opinions that that the algorithm thinks that I share, and it does that because it wants engagement. Like I truth be told, there's probably like no like algorithm that would help me on social media, because I kind of have such a wide range of like interests. Like I'm always researching the most eclectic random stuff, like purposely, because like I kind of cross platform a lot of my thoughts. But yeah, I try and kind of like you watch a movie and you like like the baseline should be like I want to sit down and be like entertained. I want to sit down and like be shown something I don't normally see. And I still feel like Night Bitch hits on even on that level. I feel like comic books and movies, like I'll be doing a Shazam first modern day appearance of Black Adam that I got for a couple bucks a year ago. I'll be featuring that on the channel because here's the wild thing. Randomly, that comic book has busing in it. It has a commentary on busing and the people protesting it. Right? And Shazam is in the crowd of people. People are protesting. And this is all within like the second or third page. This might be like panel 4 or 5 collectively within the like overall within the comic. But Shazam, just randomly in his own comic, is giving us commentary on the news of that day. So I feel like like some of it, because comics and movies are made by people that exist within the culture. By default, it will have commentary on the culture. But I think now though, like the difference now than what other times is that there's a definite like split voice. Like you can have the voice go both ways, and we haven't seen that before. Bring the facts. Travis, what's up, dude? Bring the facts. Here's what I like. Because I kind of wanted, I always try and make these a little bit more like neon, if that makes any sense. I like the blue for the eyes, and I like the blue glow in the mouth. I think this one's there. Like, holy crap, we did it, gang. Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, dude, I get that. I get that. But you know what it is though? I think there's something to say if you see something in a movie and you get like a reaction, that's a good thing. That's good filmmaking. If a film makes you angry and pushes you to a certain side, that's art at its height. Yeah, I know. Yeah. This is what, oh, we did talk about this. Yeah. Women are a wicked beast, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Like everything here is absolutely honest and true, portrayed in the movie. Also echoes real life, 1,000%. Yeah, I know what you meant, bud. All right, so I need some extra white here for the slob. Dude, after a complete uh like snow near blizzard level temperature in Philly, we're kind of now it's just muggy and rainy, and it's so frustrating. I'd rather have things be like super cold than be the just have the the level of dreariness that's outside my window right now. But no, I see. I always invite, like when I watch a movie, I always invite uh like a challenge, like something I'm not familiar with. I just think that's the film going experience. One second, guys. I'm just trying to get some of these. Get some of the subtle slime that's on his teeth. Here we go. Get that out of there so we can kind of have a look. Now we're at 1 hour. I'm at 30 minutes till Levi. They should just call that the Levi show, because if Levi's your real name, you're obligated to market yourself as Levi. Right? So I hate to do it. I may have to hit this thing with the highlights off camera, because I kind of wanted a couple extra minutes from hopping on with you guys here to maybe calibrate myself and have something decent for Levi's show. I do have a backup, which is that stack you guys saw earlier. So like the highlights are just going to go from like here. Like I still try and do like light source driven highlights. That's why we render, like if you guys want to see some of the, like we'll just call these like the black and white, where like here for the cheekbones, like I have double lighting factored into the rendering. Like even here, see how double lighting just like hits the rim of the piece of circle. So this is Wolf. Wolfer, I think. This is Hornhead. I know this is Slobulus now. I totally forgot the names, and I forget this guy might be like exposed brain, one of them, or like half head or something. And then there's like the skull guy. There's so many more of these. There's one of these guys that has like a metal patch over his eye. So I don't know. Like I want to draw more Mad Balls, but I think at this point I'm fully out of pizza circles. Doesn't that suck? And I'm trying to be clean and clear as much as possible. this January, which means no pizza. So I'm not going to buy pizzas and then throw them out. Maybe I can just bring them into work. Okay, everyone. I hate to do this, but I gotta go. I really do. I'll be on Levi's show, so hit my X stream. I retweeted that link if you guys want to hang out in the chat there. If you're any of my people in the chat, I will do my best to identify it in real time and give you guys a shout out, a little bit of a conversation, a little bit of a thumbs up. All right, everyone. Love you guys.